This is A to the B, Antron Brown, 3-time NHRA Top Fuel World Champion. And you know what? You're watching PunishUM Motorsports. Stay tuned, and I'm going to see you on the strip.
Coming up on this episode of PunishUM Motorsports. Before the crowds and the nitro, a lot of work is done before these championship contending teams hit the track chasing world titles. PunishUM Motorsports takes you behind the closed doors of the World Championship drag racing teams of Don Schumacher Racing. So stick around and get ready for some nitro. PunishUM Motorsports is being brought to you by NAPA, Hawaii. We keep Hawaii on the move. East Bay Tire Company. See the fine folks at East Bay Tire in Waipahu. And by Adobrock, the never satisfied, never rest.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of PunishUM Motorsports. Well, we talked about this for years, and we finally made it out to Don Schumacher Racing with Todd OHara. Hey Todd, how's it going?
Good. Glad to have you guys here. The shop here, we have a lot of resources. We have a fab shop that built all our chassis, mounts all our bodies, front halves our cars, and everything in between. We have a machine shop that builds, a lot of engine parts, body parts. So, it's great that we have all these resources to keep in house, to keep everybody's the QC of the parts better, and hopefully keep everybody with some good performance parts.
Welcome to Don Schumacher Racing, home to 7 of the sport's top teams competing in the highest level of the sport in the nitro divisions. Vehicles capable of accelerating to nearly 340 miles an hour, covering 1,000 feet in 3.6 seconds, and pulling more G-forces than rockets that send humans to space. In the sport of drag racing, there is no higher than the NHRA World Championships. For over 25 years, Hawaii's Todd OHara has made his mark in the sport and is considered to be one of the best crew chiefs in the world today.
There's a lot of people who have come from the Roland Leong school that have worked for him, under him, tutelage from him. I knew Todd was going to be very talented, very savvy, smart crew guy. And Scotty, same thing. They're 2 peas in a pod. They're very, very quick learners.
Find the best people you can find, get them around you, go from there. I mean, that's the secret to my success.
Quickest dragster run in the history of the sport. When that happened, I went, yep, there's Todd OHara. And they're like family to me. So, I've known them for so long, I feel like they're sort of my kids.
But aside from the traveling to 24 national events in a season, away from the circus that everyone sees when they attend a race or when they tune in on national television, from the fans' prying eyes, all the real work happens far away before any vehicle makes it to the track.
I've been with Don now for over 16 years, and I saw it come from, where was this, a 2-car, like a funny car and a dragster team with our bikes, to now having over 7 race teams and seeing it grow to the facility it is now, where you're building parts in-house. But that's what you have to do. You have to keep up, and you can keep the quality control in-house and make a perfect part. And that's what you have to have now. You have to put some perfect runs together to win races. And Don has orchestrated that. It always starts at the top. And this is his vision. And I'm just blessed to be a part of it and then be there helping fulfill it.
You have to work harder and longer than your competition. You'll beat them all the time, but find the best people you can find.
Overseeing this complex that sits on over 150,000 square feet under roof is the Director of Race Operations, Hawaii's own Todd OHara.
We have a fuel pump flow bench, we have an ignition tester, we have a supercharger dyno that we use a lot, doing all our clutch disc in-house, building our chassis from scratch, and a lot of our motor parts from scratch.
It all begins from a solid massive chunk of billet aluminum and turned into these precision parts that will help these 7 teams over 24 events during the season.
We can build heads, building supercharger parts. The machines that Don's put in here, it's really impressive, and I don't think there's any limitations really. The QC part is a big thing, making sure that these cars have the right parts in their car, the tolerances are correct, and also, when you want to test stuff and try different things, it's always great to have the resources to just go back there, talk about it, and get some new parts made and try it out.
One of the pilots of the DSR top field teams is Antron Brown. The three-time world champ began his professional drag racing career aboard a pro stock motorcycle. Today, Antron is one of the best in the history of the sport.
Man, we just been in the game so long. You're out there in that grind. You know what it takes to win, and you can never get too high, and you never want to get too low. You always want to stay even kilter. And when we do that, that's where we've been very blessed and fortunate to have a group of guys that can have that same mindset. And the thing about it is we got one mindset, one purpose, and that's to go out there and win drag races. But the only way you do it is one round at a time. And that's our main focus, is to do the best we can at one round at a time, and everything else will take care of itself.
Nobody wakes up in life in any way and hopes they're pretty good at something. Here you have to be great. I think it's what makes it so hard, so difficult, so exciting, and why people pay money to come out and watch. They pay money to watch great people do battle against each other, man. Wasn't that long ago, gladiators fought against lions, and the people watched, and people cheered. And we've evolved a little since then, but it's still gladiators doing business.
We didn't finish the year as strong as we wanted to. Regrouping, we get back here, you can see a lot of these trailers aren't wrapped. We're re-wrapping the trailers, painting bodies. We go through everything, and things that we tried during the year, learned during the year, we're going to implement, and just hopefully we make the right calls. This sport's always evolving, it's never stagnant. Every year the bar gets raised, and we need to step our game up, and that's the bottom line.
But at this level of the sport, at the world level, it's a far cry from the happy-go-lucky days of Hawaii Raceway Park.
When you sportsman racing, or like when we raced at HRP, it was, your friends and family hanging out, and it was fun. It's the grassroots of what racing was all about. Going out there having fun and seeing what you can do. So I think the biggest thing was just spending time with your family and friends, and it was pretty cool to do. It's such a different atmosphere. Now it's just a big business. You have sponsors and people that you have to be accountable for what you do.
We are living proof that you could dream as big as you want, and you can reach that. I never thought I would be where I'm at in life, driving a race car for a great sponsor, for great owners. And Todd OHara, I bet he would never tell you in a million years in high school that he was going to be one of the most feared crew chiefs in NHRA history. And we can both say that, and that's just, it's proof that, you don't be afraid to dream way up here.
Toll for Show Island Wine Recovery. Contact Jensen at 306-9303. No toll is too big or too small. And by Kalita Air, the official air carrier of PunishUM Motorsports. And stay tuned to see what's coming up on the next episode of PunishUM Motorsports.
Thanks so much again, Todd, for giving us this amazing tour and always for taking care of us. So from all of us here at PunishUM Motorsports, always remember to keep it off the street and on the track and speed safely. Aloha.
For PunishUM Motorsports, I am Samson Kealoha. On the next episode, we visit some of the sickest rides, from the eye-popping to the unique, at the Spocom Show in Honolulu. You don't want to miss this. PunishUM Motorsports is a Tracy Artakaki production.